Hi, Scott, aka Sketchy McDoodles. Today, I'm uh, I'm gonna make something, and it may work, it might not work. It could be just a mess. But I have my 6 foot table out, and I've been looking at like softbox lights and fill lights, and they're expensive. They're expensive, man, which is fine, you know. But I'm cheap, and with my little hobby of making videos, I don't really need professional equipment. But I thought maybe I could get some cool lighting effects if I combined some items. So I made a little prototype of what I plan on making, and I actually think I'm going to change it from 45-degree angles to 60. Otherwise, it's going to be very big, and I live in an apartment. But what I have, as every good maker needs, a roll of super heavy duty Gorilla Tape. We've got a hot glue gun, so that might be useful. I just got this. It's a circular cutter, and it's sharp, man. It works. It was well worth the $14. I did not have one. I've got my cutting mat out. I've got this just cheap. I think this was 10 bucks at Walmart. You could probably get it for like 5 bucks at Harbor Freight. Just a little floodlight, mounting floodlight that I'll probably be disassembling to use the socket and maybe the clamp. I don't know. Haven't gotten that far yet. Got some angle finders, some aluminum foil for reflection on the inside, and also maybe fire prevention. I've got this LED smart bulb. I'm hoping the LED will keep it from getting so hot rather than a standard bulb. It will keep it from maybe bursting into flames for a little while. And I've got some black foam board that my assistant is prepping right now. So I don't have much of a plan. I made this little cardboard model that just to see if the shapes I had in my head would fit together and produce somewhat of a decent shape, and I think it will. I'll also have a back piece, and I'll be mounting the... This is going to be much bigger, by the way. But the bulb and this light socket will be mounted inside of the box, like this, in theory. And then I will be covering it with some lightweight shower curtain, frosted shower curtain, to kind of give the light a little bit of diffusion. Is that right? To diffuse the light. And this box will obviously be a little larger. But that's the theory, man. And it could go horribly wrong, but I mean, it's a weekend. What else am I going to do? All right. I think to start with, I'm going to disassemble this guy. So let's see how that goes. All right, so after some cutting and marking and measuring and eyeballing, I have my basic body pieces cut now. What I did was, for these pieces, they're just squares. I tried to make them the same width as the poster board I bought to match the length. I just like squares. Then I've got my two side pieces cut here, and I actually trimmed these down so it wouldn't be quite so huge. I took, I don't know, 3 inches off of them. Hopefully they still line up. But I may use these as gusset pieces. I haven't quite decided yet. Might be a happy little accident. But essentially, we'll have the basic body ready to go with the aid of some hot glue and duct tape and luck. But yeah, so it'll basically be, if I can hold it together, it'll basically be this shape-ish, okay? It may be a little straighter, maybe not. But yeah, essentially what it's going to be is a couple trapezoid pieces with a couple square tops that go on either side. Probably similar to this. And then the last piece will be a back panel here that'll allow the light to mount. And then the diffusion screen on the front. This could be a horrible mistake, but I mean, I'm killing time on the weekend, buddy. So we'll see what happens. All right. So now, thanks to the power of Gorilla Tape and my trusty hot glue gun, I've got the basic shape of this thing kind of made, and it feels semi-solid. The next step will be to, I think the next step is either going to be to line the inside with the aluminum foil, or figure out how I'm going to mount this. It'll be going in the back side, obviously, in the center. But I'm still playing with ideas of how to secure it in there. I've got a few. Yeah, nothing to it but to do it, right? All right, so it's the next day, and I've got this thing somewhat assembled, and it's massive. This thing is massive, but I've got the reflective foil in there, also a bit of a heat shield. I've got the bulb placed in there, and I've secured it to the back using a reinforcing square of foam board and a lot of hot glue. But it's in there, man. It's in there, and it's fairly solid. And this thing is insanely large. I'm actually considering trimming it back about 4 inches all the way around to make a smaller box. But I mean, I've already got it built to this size, so I've got to test it out at this size. So the next thing will be to adhere the frosted shower curtain. Originally I was just going to glue it in, but then I thought I don't want it permanent. I want to be able to take it off, change the bulb, you know, maybe go with a different material for a different effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some Velcro all the way around the outside edge. Then I'll trim the $3 shower curtain. I'll actually trace it around the outside of this so I can get an edge for a size, and then I'll go beyond that to make some flaps. Put the Velcro on the flaps, put them onto the outside of this case, and that'll all be for nothing when I decide to trim it back, but at least I'll be able to see the effect. But yeah, I'm surprised how solid this thing is for just being foam board, hot glue, and Gorilla Tape. But yeah, it is the next day, so I have my 1000 shirt on. And I've had a shower, which is nice. All right. Hi. All right, so the weird little light box, semi-soft box project that I worked on there, it's done. It's done, and it's a thing. You know, it's nothing but the finest duct tape and Velcro and foam board to assemble something like this. I think altogether I've got maybe $10 worth of foam board. I think it's like a $2 very cheap shower curtain. I bought, I think $2, I got some 5-gallon paint bucket stirring sticks, and I used those, I cut those out to size and used them to glue to the bottom of this so that I could, I think it was about $5. I bought a quarter 20 female tripod mount with 4 screw holes in it, and then after I glued the paint sticks on, I was able to just screw it in. So that's how it's held on the tripod. Yeah, I think the most expensive thing in this whole project was the $12.94 smart bulb that I put in it. I have no doubt that eventually I will disassemble this thing, cannibalize it, and build something different. In fact, when I was building it, I was already thinking of design changes, but it's functional, and I put it on a my Mac Trim tripod. It's got the tripod mount, so I can use any of my tripods for it. So I can rotate it, pivot it up and down, raise and lower the height, tilt. It's got all that functionality right there. But yeah, you can see it's just a bulb mounted in a box lined with tinfoil and a shower curtain for a screen. It's also controlled by an app, the AI Dot app, so I can power it on in that app, and then it blinds the camera. So let's turn it away from the camera. It's bright, and hopefully that shows up. You can see the brightness there. You can adjust the color of the bulb from 1800K all the way up to 6500K. You can adjust the brightness on the app. You can go into color mode, and then you can use the color wheel to change the color of the light if you want to do that. Sometimes having a different light color as an accent light kind of is cool. It's very easy to do. There's also a ton of presets. So if you went into Festival, and actually let's go into Life. I think it's in Life. Here we go, the alarm one. Not super soothing, but you know, you can go into different pattern modes. You can also set it up to be sound respondent, so music or talking, you can get it to change with that. But then you can just power it off. Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't hate it. It's a solid light box for, you know, doing video, I suppose. Super fun to make. Not sure it's the best setup in the world, but it was super fun to make. And so there it is. I'm sharing it with you. All right. Have a good one.